Okay, let's talk about the Direct. Just ended, and I'm looking down. I took notes as best I could as we were going through because there were a lot of games getting announced. I haven't counted them all up, but for a good minute there, like the first 10, 15 minutes, it was just game announcement, game announcement, game announcement. I'm looking up and down the reveals. It's certainly geared more towards, I'm just going to say RPGs in general, JRPGs especially. And obviously their big game at the end is geared more towards RPG fans. But they did start out with the new Fire Emblem game, Fire Emblem Warriors. I think that threw some people off because it's not like a typical Fire Emblem, like tactical style game. It's a Warriors game. Three Hopes coming out June 24th. I'm kind of picking out some of the big reveals that we had. Mario Strikers Battle League. That is, I'm trying to think, that might be my favorite game that was announced here. I've been waiting for a new Mario Strikers game for so long. The Wii one, I just didn't like it as much. I really liked the one on the GameCube. And this one looks like they're going big on the online aspect with full clubs, up to 20 people you can form. And then you try to, of course, build up your club to be the best one online. Visually, it looked great. Looked like you had some elements in there where you're buying equipment for your different characters and everything there. And that's coming out June 10th. This is 4 months away. That's one of the big things to take away from this Direct is we had a lot of things that were announced and they're coming out in a couple of months. They did talk about Splatoon briefly. There's a new Salmon Run coming, a new season for that or whatnot. And then Splatoon 3, that's summer 2022 still. So I guess that might just get its own Direct and announcement. Because by the time we roll up the summer and like the typical E3 Direct would happen, it's probably like a month away or something. So I think Splatoon is big enough that they can do just its own Direct. We had some weird announcements. Not really weird, but certainly out of left field. Like, who tuned into the Direct and was like, yeah, I'm going to see a Front Mission remake of the first one. Front Mission first. That's coming out summer 2022. And then Front Mission 2 remake is also coming. This isn't Front Mission 3 from the PS1. These are Front Mission games that were on the Super Famicom. Never came out outside of Japan on like the Super Nintendo or anything there. So to see a full remake for that, again, geared certainly more towards maybe the older crowd, but like that was pretty cool to see. And it makes me think that Square really is looking towards their back catalog overall, which again, we're going to get to here in a second. Disney Speedstorm, free to play. A lot of kart racers starting to show up as well. I'm going to skip down a little bit here because we did have Chrono Cross Remastered and Radical Dreamers. That's coming out April 7th. We heard about Chrono Cross getting a remaster, but it sounded like it was like a Sony thing to reveal. No, Nintendo and Square revealed it here. Very good to see that, though, because there's a lot of people just have not played it. Once again, coming out 4 months from, or no, that's April. It's 2 months from now. I need a physical copy of that Square, so I hope, hopefully they come through with that one. Jumping down, Klonoa and Klonoa 2, that's getting a collection. I didn't really get into the Klonoa series. People seemed very excited when we started to hear about these rumors of there being more new Klonoa games or even remasters of the older ones. So that's exciting for people who are looking towards that July 8th. Portal, sure. That was, again, a third-party game that no one's going to be able to exactly predict. That's 2022. So much. Live a Live. Again, they had announced it, and that was something I had always seen the logo, but like you say it out loud and you're like, live a live, live a live. Again, one out of left field. That is going to be leveraging the HD 2D setup that they have. And I saw the HD 2D and I'm like, wow, this is good that they're actually using that a lot now. It wasn't just like a one-off or maybe it's something else they used for Triangle Strategy. No, they showed us Dragon Quest 3, and we're seeing things like Live Alive get used with it. So I like the idea of taking older Square games and moving them up into this art style and graphical style and releasing it there. So that'll be an interesting one to see release. I don't think it's going to be like the biggest seller or anything, but it's still cool that Square is going back and at least bringing these outside of Japan and localizing them to a degree. Switch Sports. Now, this is certainly more of a casual game, but let's all be real. It's going to sell crazy amounts of copies. Like, this is, to me, a 20 million seller most likely based on what Wii Sports did back in the day. And this is Nintendo releasing a more casual game towards the end of the Switch's life. Well, we say end, they say middle, but basically it's already hit 100 million and now they're releasing something like this. We've been wondering, where's Wii Sports for the longest time? Well, they're doing it here. It's going to have tennis, bowling. They said the sword fighting where you're knocking him off the ledge and everything, soccer, badminton, volleyball, and then golf is coming later in an update. I'm not really sure why it's coming later in an update unless it just isn't ready necessarily for now. Either way, though, it's also going to have online play, which was another theme of this. We saw online play really talked about here by Nintendo quite a bit, and I feel like we're still kind of getting used to Nintendo saying that online play is just like for all of their games almost now, or a lot of their games. So it's good to see them confirm that. There will be a playtest, by the way, next week. So keep an eye out for that. That's going to be fun. A lot of people will probably like, okay, fine. But a lot of people probably end up buying it because a lot of us like Wii Sports. So we had Triangle Strategy. That's getting a demo later today. It's going to allow us to play up through Chapter 3. I like how Square approaches those where they just say, hey, you play through a portion of a game that's going to take a long time to beat anyway. Let's give people a good chance to get into it, and then you could transfer your save data over. So I'll be downloading that demo later on today and trying to get to it before it releases. Nothing about that special edition, though, which is kind of annoying. I'd like to see more about that. Try to pick that up. Nintendo Switch Online got an update later today. Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings. They're allergic to Mother 3. Not going to talk about that, obviously, but Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings, people have been asking for Earthbound forever. So based on that, I assume this Direct is a 10 out of 10 to a lot of people online, because whenever a Switch update for the online with Super Nintendo and Nintendo would be announced, people would say, where's Earthbound? There we go. That box has been checked. Earthbound is coming. Oh, it's out today. So if you haven't played it, it's a cool, quirky JRPG. I don't know if the original one, Beginnings, is... I mean, if you're going to play one of them, just play Earthbound on the Super Nintendo. That's probably the best bet there. They went through a bunch of other games like Zombie Army 4, Demon Slayer, Lego Brawls, 2 Point Campus, and then they got to the last two announcements. And this tells me we're not going to see Mario Kart 9 at all on this Switch. At least not until we get to the next Switch and maybe it's cross-gen, because they're doing essentially what they did for Smash Brothers with a Fighter's Pass, except this is called, what's this? Booster Course Pass. They're going to do 48 tracks, new tracks, basically remade from previous Mario Kart entries, bring it into this Mario Kart, which already had DLC from Mario Kart 8, I believe, on the Wii U, right? Thrown in there for Deluxe and Battle Mode and all this. They're going to stack more of it on top of that. $25, or if you have the expansion pass, it's already included. So there you go. I guess you can just download the stuff as it comes out then. I don't understand why now is the time to do DLC. Like, were they waiting for it to reach the 40 million mark, and they're like, all right, it's time for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC. Not a year after it released, not 2 years after, now, after we're like 5 years into the system being out. All I can say is it's just Nintendo being Nintendo, or them saying Mario Kart 9 is not coming out for a long time. And it is interesting that we're already off course for the typical 3-year cycle for Mario Kart, and it's going to be longer. So I hope whenever Mario Kart 9 is ready to be shown, that it has like a legitimate like reason for being in development for so long, outside of the fact of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe keeps selling. So, well, I mean, it's I'm sure great for people who really like Mario Kart and they've been asking for more tracks. 48 of them for $25, or just being part of the expansion pass. There you go. For some people, that might make that expansion pass just worth it outright anyway. So I still would like to see Mario Kart 9 at some point soonish, but sounds like it's not going to be for a little while. The big reveal at the end was Monolith Soft's new game, which is Xenoblade Chronicles 3. A lot of rumors around that. And I have to say, looks significantly better than Chronicles 2. Chronicles 2 wasn't the best graphically. I think the gameplay, it's going to depend on your thoughts around the battle system, but I did enjoy Chronicles 2. I put over 100 hours in it. Thought it was great. And the one sticking point was just the visuals just weren't the best so like looking at this one though, the world itself they were showing off, it looks, I think, much more interesting overall. And I feel like they're going to show off more of this as we head towards its release, which is September. It's coming out this year, 7 months from now. It'll be out, and that's exciting for Xenoblade fans. I'm looking forward to it because Monolith Soft keeps building on top of what they've been able to do with the Xenoblade series, which is give you this massive world on a handheld system now with the Switch. So that's exciting stuff. Looking back up and down the Direct, it was very RPG heavy, but I do think it was a pretty jam-packed show for the most part with Nintendo. No Metroid, of course, nothing with The Legend of Zelda, no Mario, in terms of like a new 3D Mario game or anything like that. But I would say it was a solid to good Direct. I mean, I'm a little biased because Mario Strikers in there, and that's like one of the big games I would like to see on the Switch. So I got what I kind of wanted out of the Direct here, but let me know what you guys thought about this one down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.